What is up, guys? It's time for Dylan, back at it again with another crypto video. What is up, guys? It's time for Dylan, back at it again with another crypto video. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. If you're new here, subscribe, bell icon, get notified when I post new videos because it's all time sensitive. In today's video, what we have to do is talk about what's going on with the crypto market. As you guys know, it is down from where it seemed it was just hanging out for quite some time. $28,000 range, right below 30K. Everyone was waiting for the price to go up to 30K. And now we're in this situation where we took a fat little dip right on down to almost $25,000. So I'm going to tell you what's happening with that, right? Of course, it does have to do with some other countries' recession, right? The big old fantastic recession that was so transitory that is here now. Seems like for good. So we got to talk about that. Got to talk about what's going on with the debt ceiling, right? This is a big problem. Right, I even asked ChatGPT, hey ChatGPT, what would happen if the U.S. hit the debt ceiling and defaulted, right? And it gives all this stuff. I thought it was just going to be like, nothing, Joe Biden's care. But it actually spat out some pretty solid information. And then I also followed it up with another question. What's going to happen to gold, silver, and Bitcoin? And it gave me some good information. So I wanted to talk about that. And then, of course, got to talk about Fed rate hikes coming in. What? 50-50. It looked like there were no more rate hikes coming, but because of everything going on, it looks like rate hikes are imminent. And then we got to finish off strong with some snaky. So make sure you guys stay tuned until the end so you don't miss out on any of this important information. First things first, let's take a quick look at the market, right? As you guys know, Bitcoin is recovering a little bit on the 24-hour, right? I swear, just like 30 minutes ago, it was like at 2% up. But still, it looked like it was going down to $25,000. Now it's back up to $26,500. Looks like it wants to just keep pushing right back up to where it was, $27,000. And hopefully that's where it stays. Because you already know the market is controlled by Bitcoin. When Bitcoin moves, the market follows. That's just the way it works. And as you go down the list, right, the less liquidity or the less market cap these coins have, the more volatile the price action is going to be. So that's why we want Bitcoin to just stay calm, right? Stay over there and just, let us keep accumulating you while you're hibernating, right? Because come spring, right, I think it will even be spring, right? March or April of next year, or even May, whenever it's going to happen, we're going to have the halving, and then that's going to really start to feed and poke the bear, and then the bear is going to start to wake up, and that's what we want. We want Bitcoin to rip at that point, right? And hopefully, the whole economic situation will be a lot better if we don't default or do anything stupid, you know what I mean? But basically, yeah, crypto's down because Germany and other European countries, they released their economic data, right, on the inflation and what's going on. And it looks like a lot of these countries are in much worse shape than they had initially anticipated. So that's why it's kind of like bleeding over here because, I mean, at the end of the day, this whole problem is caused by us, the United States of America. The greatest country. No, I'm just kidding. We are messing up, right? And I mean, it's everyone's problem, right? We could just keep printing money out of thin air. And that's just like a good old freaking meme coin, dude. Imagine if the founders of your favorite meme coin could just secretly, boop, boop, just create more and put them in their own wallets. That's basically what we're doing. So it's making them worth less. Because then they're just dumping on your heads, straight up. That's what's happening. Essentially, that's why the Federal Reserve has no alternative action than to raise interest rates. And that's why it looks like now it's like a 50-50 shot between a 0% interest rate, which is what we all thought was going to be the case after the last FOMC meeting when Jerome Powell was like super dovish. He was like, guys, this right here, it's going to work. It's going to be fantastic. Last interest rate hike, basically. That's what he said. Because we don't want more banks to crash, because that's what will happen. Because a lot of them are holding bonds that they accumulated over the last 15 years at close to 0% interest rate. Right? So as the rates go up, they become worthless. And then when they have to go sell their bonds, when people come in to make, withdrawals, they sell them at a loss. And then that creates the hole in their whole scheme. And that's why they crash. So unfortunately now, because of this whole situation that's going on, it looks like they're going to be raising rates again. So that's not good for the banks. But see, this is a weird problem that we're in. Because you would think, oh, the bank's crashing. That's a good thing for crypto. Because we want everyone to be in crypto. And I would initially agree with you. But see, the thing is, it's like forcing us all into the bigger banks. It's just centralizing the power even more. Because this really is just affecting little banks, right? Small regional banks like your local banks down the street that have been there for years. That's what this is doing. It's killing them, and it's making JP Morgan and the big boys stronger. And then some people will take it to the next layer, which I won't, but I'll just tell you what it is. The next layer is, because they're trying to implement the CBDC. I don't necessarily think that that's the case, but I understand why some people would say that, because it would be logical for them to then just be like, oh, well, look, guys, we saved you. Don't worry anymore. Just download the CBDC app. I asked ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT, I always say it kind of weird. But I asked, what would happen if the U.S. hit the debt ceiling and defaulted? Here's what it said, right? If the U.S. were to hit the debt ceiling and defaulted on financial obligations, it would have significant repercussions both domestically and internationally. So, boom, number one, financial market turmoil. A default by the U.S. government would likely trigger severe turmoil. Boom, investors would lose confidence in the U.S. Boom, sell-off, guys, of U.S. Treasury bonds, which are already harmed drastically because of all this interest rate hikes. This would result in sharp increase in borrowing costs for the government, businesses, and consumers, which would basically mean less spending. People would stop spending as much, which would then slow down the entire economy, because the whole economy works from people spending their freaking money. So that would be really bad. See, and that would lead to number two, a recession. That's basically the slowing down of the economy, right? And it used to be categorized by 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, right? But we changed that now that Joe Biden's in power. So the financial market disruption would have a ripple effect on the broader economy. Increased borrowing costs would make it more expensive for businesses to invest and expand, potentially leading to a contraction. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Number 3, credit rating downgrade. Rating agencies such as Moody's, Standard & Poor's, and Fitch would likely downgrade the U.S. credit rating in the event of a default. A lower credit rating indicates higher risk that would make borrowing more expensive. See, in the future, that's what we don't want. Just like if you go try to buy a car or you finance a car, right? The worse your credit, the worse your loan is going to be. And you're going to have to pay more because your credit sucks, homie. That would be like the U.S. if we didn't pay our debt. Boom, their credit score goes down. And then, of course, number 4, we already know this. It's going to damage the U.S. dollar. I think that's just kind of common sense, right? Everyone uses the dollar. But if our dollar starts becoming worthless, guys, people are going to get out of the shit coin called the U.S. dollar, right? You see everyone else getting rid of, Pepe? Guess what? You're probably going to start getting rid of Pepe unless you're crazy. Number 5, government shutdown. How would any of the government agencies be able to function if no one's getting paid unless it's on good faith, which I don't think they're going to do. This is where that whole conspiracy theory of, we're just going to swoop in with the CBDC and you're saved, which who knows? They might do that. And then, of course, global financial stability. You guys already know. Everyone relies on the United States, guys. That's just the bottom line. Everyone uses our dollar because we forced them to use our dollar. And yeah, if our dollar were to crumble, that would be terrible for everyone. And then I asked, of course, what would happen to gold, silver? And of course, they give you the answer that you think. gold and silver have always been used as a hedge against inflation, hedge against, the system. So it thinks gold is definitely formidable, right? And right here, this is what kind of surprised me. It says, as for Bitcoin, it has often been referred to as digital gold and has sometimes been viewed as a hedge against traditional financial systems. In a scenario where the U.S. hits the debt ceiling and defaults, it's possible that some investors may turn to Bitcoin. However, it's important to note that Bitcoin is highly volatile and speculative. Of course, you got to keep that G. Of course, it's highly volatile, and it is speculative. Its price can be influenced by various factors, including market sentiment, regulatory developments, technological advancements. Therefore, the impact on Bitcoin's price in such a scenario would be uncertain and could depend on overall market conditions. And, dude, I think that is literally a really good description, and it's fair and honest. For real. I think that's a really good one. It says some people might think it is, like me. Bitcoin is going to be around probably until the day all of us die. I mean, let's just keep it real. But I just think it's super cool that ChatGPT actually gave me a pretty solid, formidable opinion here. Pretty cool. You guys should try it yourselves with your own special meme coins. But the only thing is, I think I paid for the ChatGPT Plus. But I think if you ask it a question, it can only go back to like 2021 or something like that. But I've seen on YouTube, people have figured out ways to crack it. So you can get like an unaltered version that really searches the web. So keep that in the back of your mind. The last thing I want to say is SNEK. This project is pretty insane. I mean, yes, it's a meme coin. Ha ha ha. You're fudding meme coins because you hate meme coins. That's okay. That's on you. All I'm going to say is that SNEK has such a crazy community. All I see when I freaking scroll is snake. See, there's one. Snake. Everyone. Keep going down. Snake. See what I mean? As you guys can see, it has such a vibrant community that is literally all over Twitter. So many people know about SNEK. I mean, as you guys saw up here at the top, altcoin daily with the SNEK. I don't know if that's what he means, but I'm pretty sure that's what he means. I can only assume. Kind of looks like a snake, right? But it's just exciting seeing so many people all up over the SNEK movement. And of course, the price of SNEK doing pretty solidly, looking like it's still trending to the upside, which is pretty sick considering it had a pretty sick drop the other day. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. Just talk about everything that happened. And if you guys didn't know, yesterday when Ron DeSantis, whatever that, DeSanctimonious, whatever the guy's name is, it's not DeSanctimonious. What a stupid name. What does that even mean? This guy said that he promises to protect Bitcoin. So I already like him, right? I'm pretty much whoever likes Bitcoin and crypto at this point, I'm a fan of. Let me also note that on the left side of the arena, RFK has also said that he likes Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So for that reason, I like this guy. I'm going to vote for whoever is for crypto and Bitcoin. Doesn't matter which side. That's literally my one vote, my one policy voting strategy. Pro crypto, I'm pro you, straight up. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys made it this far, you guys are awesome. Make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Try to post daily crypto videos for you guys. I'm going to be dropping my next video in the series of intermediate programming, learning Python with ChatGPT. So if you're interested, follow along. You guys have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are. Dylan is out.